The pursuit of excellence is the earmark of evolution. Without progress, the fog of stagnation repudiates the advancement of mankind. With the disappearance of the struggle toward the phantasmatic wholeness of self-actualization, the possibility of betterment shall also be abandoned. There has been growing concerns over the decline of democracy, and some countries are increasingly unsatisfied with how democracy is working in practice. The guiding principle of democratic voting allows the transformation of the expressed will of the voters into the enactment and execution of national policies. That is, the rule of overwhelming majority. However, the looming threat of corruption, gerrymandering, and dictatorship is threatening the very fabric of our society with critical issues. For example, wealth inequality is a problem that humanity can no longer ignore. Ordinary people from around the world have suffered greatly from the health and economic impacts of the pandemic. While the combined wealth of billionaires has increased by trillions over the same period, power and wealth are now firmly consolidated in the hands of the few, to the detriment of the many. My name is Mr. H. As a proud Hypernation, I was motivated to speak out against the tragedies ravaging the world right now. The world is officially in decline, and only Hypernation can save us all. It does not have any restrictions and borders. These things are no longer needed for mankind to push past their limits. Superficial boundaries and differences will be stripped away, and the only thing remaining is a place where everyone is treated equally, regardless of race, language, and religion. Hypernation will be the stalwart defenders of liberty and freedom. Hypernation will develop a fully functional economy that advocates egalitarian measures for the benefit of everyone, and not just a select few. Perhaps the most unique thing about this is the enactment of a universal basic income within the nation, and citizens can receive a monthly stipend for their basic needs. The proposal dates back to economist Milton Friedman in the 1960s, and some nations have begun to explore its efficacy. However, the older version of universal basic income may be highly ineffective in the real world. The assurance of guaranteed income will most likely stifle creativity and motivation. Citizens will no longer be content to work, create, or build. This will lead to the downfall of society eventually. This is why Hypernation will add an additional factor to the concept of universal basic income, the value of consensus. The Australian School of Economics dictates value as a completely subjective construct, where a product's value is determined by consumers based on its perceived utility, along with the power of consensus. By the same logic, the true value of Hypernation can only be evaluated based on the combined efforts of its citizens. Citizens of Hypernation will receive fair rewards based on their contribution to the nation. No capital is needed, as citizens can make a difference simply by promoting the consensus that forms the basis of the nation. History has shown that a revolution does not come easy. It can be painful and tedious, and Hypernation may meet with a string of failures along the path to success. However, a radiant tomorrow awaits the valiant few, and Hypernation will make the impossible a reality. Hypernation will provide a series of creations for the welfare of the public. New products within the metaverse, such as an NFT passport, and a public blockchain network that will form the basis of our digital economy. In addition, AI technology will be abundantly used, with machine learning deciphering the thought of citizens to create AI characters within Hyperverse. Unencumbered by the laws of physics, extensive research will also be conducted within Hypernation for the benefit of mankind, and the theory of time travel may be made a reality in this era. Hypernation will espouse new philosophies that challenge your pre-existing notions of what an ideal metaverse looks like. Let us all rise up and reject the shackles of systematic restriction and oppression, and jointly create a utopia that celebrates diversity and meritocracy. I am proud to be here for the journey, and will dedicate myself wholly to the revolution. More exciting developments await. Join me to build and grow our glorious Hypernation.